For data point, and looking at the figures in terms of the affordable housing program, which was meant to secure or build up to 200,000 units according to the the government program. Of course, at the time, the announcement was that the private sector was already providing 50,000 units every year. So that figure will be important because in 5 years, then if you are to stay with the target, 200,000 would be 1 million units. What's more is about the completed units according to the figures that we have. In the next slide, which will tell us about the year 2023, according to the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, there are 3,357 units that were completed at a cost of 11 billion shillings. In the year 2024, this is according to the Economic Survey, 1,655 units were completed at a cost of 4 billion shillings. Again, this is important because this is the official data from the government. But the Affordable Housing CEO, that is Sheila Waweru, has told us that there are completed units, that is, units that were started and completed by the current administration have been 1,400 so far. The cost estimate for those would be 2.8 billion shillings at the rate of 2 million shillings per unit. The ongoing units at the moment, according to Sheila Waweru, is 200,000 units. But at the same time, the jobs in numbers, this has been one of the sources of controversy, because in October 2024, on Mashujaa Day, President Ruto said that 160,000 jobs had been created by the Affordable Housing Program. A few days later, to be exact, about 3 weeks, the number rose to 164,000. A month later, the figure rose to 200,000 jobs created. That was on Jamhuri Day in 2024. But in March 2025, which is this year, the number rose to 244,000. And as late as August 2025, the president says that jobs created by this affordable housing program are 320,000. Is it possible, bearing in mind the number of units or projects that are currently ongoing? When you look at the data from the government itself, that is the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics, the informal sector in the construction industry has accumulated jobs from 2022 up until now. The increment has been about 39,600 because you can see the change between 2023 and 2024 is just about 2,000, from 457,000 jobs to 459,000 jobs. This is important because jobs in the informal sector would appear to be some of the jobs that are being created by the affordable housing program. So the statistics from the KNBS do not tally with what is being said from other sources within government. The next slide will show you what else has been happening when it comes to housing levy collection. So between March 2024, when the law became operational, up until June 2025, the CEO of Affordable Housing Board says that 100 billion shillings had been collected. Before that date of March 2024, 34 billion shillings had been collected, and therefore giving a total of 134 billion shillings so far collected. And the CEO says 40 billion shillings has been invested in treasury bills, lending to the government on a short-term basis. Now, the next slide will show you that the presidential allocations, recently there was a meeting, there has been meetings at State House. Kiambu County, for instance, was allocated 15,000 units, affordable housing units, at a cost of 30 billion shillings. Kisii County, a similar allocation of 30 billion shillings. Murang'a County, 10,300 units at a cost of 23 billion shillings, and Nyamira County, 7,000 units at a cost of 16 billion shillings. And of course, if you do the total, that gives you 47,300 units at a cost of 99 billion shillings. That's a figure that is important because if you're talking about 99 billion shillings, and at the same time, you're saying that the Affordable Housing Board can only account for 134 billion shillings collected from the housing levy, then does it mean that all those resources would appear to be going to 4 counties? What happens to the rest of the country? And of course, this is time